said a bard's life can often be a hard life, or hill and dale to rove and always move from town to town. And some folk have inquired if ever we grow tired of ranging all around the world and never settling down.
But one should be a little wary of remaining stationary, 'cause comfortable is lovely, but it's not the way we grow. When life starts to unravel, pick up your pack and travel. You'll find a strange serenity in places you don't know. Wriggle-dee-dum-dee-doo-rat-terry-o-dee. There's so much to see beyond the open door. It's outward bound we go. Who knows what we'll find that we've never found before. Adventures waiting further down the road. It's waiting for you further down the road. You've got no map for showing which direction you are going.
But why start on a journey if you know where it will end?
And once you recognize,
to anticipate surprise, you'll relish every twist and turn that lies around the bend. Wriggle-dee-dum-dee-doo-rat-terry-o-dee-da-dee-da-dee. There's so much to see beyond the open door. It's outward bound we go. Who knows what we'll find that we've never found before. Adventures waiting further down the road. It's waiting for you further down the road.
The world has got its demons. There are many reasons why you'd find it harder to be brave than be afraid.
But every life could use some danger. Every friend was once a stranger. Ships are safe in harbor, but that's not why ships are made. Wriggle-dee-dum-dee-doo-rat-terry-o-dee, dee-dee, a fwit-dee-dee-dee-dee. There's so much to see beyond the open door. It's outward bound we go. Who knows what we'll find that we've never found before. Adventures waiting further down the road. It's waiting for you further down the road. Adventures waiting further down the road. Let's go!
We're making things tonight. And are we making trouble? Maybe, because I have special guest, Madam Onça.
That's me.
Monster Martyrs. I was trying to get all those M's in there, but I failed on that last one.
Yes, welcome to the Monster Martyr channel, also with Crash.
Oh my goodness. Hey, and I meant to turn my lights on earlier. And I forgot. There we go. Lumos.
Hello, darlings.
Hello, everyone. And so glad you guys are hopping on deck tonight. I am excited. I got a lot of things that I want to show and talk about. I don't know if you guys heard about this thing that we made collectively, collaboratively, the Madam Onça and myself. That would be one of these. Boom. We made mugs, bitches. So she did the artwork, and then I made it happen on a mug.
And licked it.
And then, well, not every one of them, just a few. I'm a licker and a lover.
Paid extra for the licked version.
the bonus lick version. Yes, I do not lick everything. So it's kind of a crapshoot. You never really know what's gonna get licked and what's not gonna get licked. So yeah. I'm in a mood today. I don't know about you. How about you, Onça? Are you in a mood?
I am in at least 3 moods, to be perfectly honest.
I got like
somewhere between like existential dread and this cocktail. So,
Ooh, cocktails. This is the way
right.
to go.
I mean, maybe that's overstating it. It's literally ginger beer and tequila poured together because that's what I had.
That sounds like a delicious cocktail. Actually.
Yeah, I think it's called a Mexican mule, if I'm not mistaken, or a mezcal mule in this case. Hi,
nice.
Zalani. Glad you got your 3. I assume you mean mugs and not
3 mugs. Yeah.
Great.
Yep. I think Zalani ordered the most of them, one of each color. And so their package was the largest one that I shipped out. But all orders are currently shipped. I have a few pickups that are waiting. Really, actually, just one pickup left because people came to Halloween in Mab Labs and picked up their mugs, which was really kind of neat. Yeah. I was like 2 for 1. And so I had a nice selection of cute little goodie bags made up for people.
Nice.
With the mugs and the mobile mercantile branding and everything. It was really cute.
I have not actually gotten a chance to like sell any of them in person yet because, of course, most of my actual Krampus gigging, as it were, is in December. So I have this like 2-week window.
Right.
Some years here in the season of the witch, I'm like vending like in person all the time, but the shape of our lives this year is not that. And so like I basically, I've got them sitting in a box in my closet next to my cards, next to my calendars, next to my coloring books, next to my, next to all my snazzy ornaments. I did have somebody stop by and pick up one of each. So I had my ornaments made with the laser cut part, painted gold, painted silver, or plain wood. And somebody actually came and bought all of the plain wood ones. So if you were hoping to order one, folks, that had plain wood, you'll have to tell me so we can actually make a special batch. Because right now I'm already down to silver and gold because somebody bought all of them. They were like, I would like 2 full sets of each, please. And I'll come to your house again. Thank you.
Nice.
Yeah. So that's cool.
Yeah, that's fantastic. So you're touching on a really interesting challenge for makers and artists. So tonight's topic, we're going to talk about you've done the artwork, you've made the design. What are some of the things that you can do with this design? Applications of is it like just gonna sit in your notebook forever or are you gonna cut it out of your notebook and stick it on a frame? So what are some of the options? And with Onça, you do a lot of these paper cut kind of things, and we can translate those very easily to like decal cutouts. So this is a decal that I made out of your artwork here, and I already spent the time weeding it, and it's like your paper cut thing. You did the design, I scanned it in, and then ran it through my little cutting machine, and now I have this decal.
It's so cool.
I can take this decal and I can put it on anything. I can put it on a notebook and we could sell the notebook or give it away or have it as a memory. Or, I was thinking this would make a really nice candle. Now, remember this, the white parts are cut out. So
that's a great idea.
Yeah. Or, you can get, go to the dollar store and pick up like a more round, shorter version, not so much the prayer kind of votive. I think it would look really good like that. And whether it's a product that you want to sell or not is a challenge. Now, Onça, you have more space than the average apartment dweller because you have a house.
True.
But
Right.
then you're going to get stuck with having so much stock, like your coloring books, your cards, your mugs, your all of these things. So there's, print on demand options online that some people use. I personally am not a huge fan of them because the quality tends to be very shoddy.
Now, in the old days, that would have been like Tribal Cafe or whatever. Like, I don't know what they're called. Tribal Press? Cafe Press?
No, they're, what are they called? Square, oh gosh. Redbubble, I think, is one of the ones we use is Redbubble.
Okay.
Print Cafe, I think you were right. Not Tribal.
Cafe
Print
Press.
Cafe.
My lives
Well,
are
Cafe Press. It was called Cafe Press.
There you go.
Yeah. And it was just really quality.
Right.
And that is a thing so one of the reasons I created the mobile mercantile is because I have this maker space and I really like making things. So this is a great opportunity where Onça sends me some artwork of like, this is a concept of a design. And then I'll go like, okay, here's some of your options. And yes, it is handmade. And it does take, a little bit longer than a mad print run, but this is a handmade quality and you're supporting a small business,
Right.
And
in this case, too.
Here's the other thing is, T Public is another one of those. Here's another thing, and I'm actually gonna bring my small little Maker Cam adding it to the stage. Maker Cam has entered the building. So this is another thing that I did. So I took your artwork and I made it a vector or whatever, and I kind of put it on a little piece of paper, just printed it out. And then it's not that hard to make buttons.
Oh my God, those are so cute.
Yeah, this is like super easy. And then, it cost me anywhere between 15 to 50 cents, whatever. Yeah. And then, you sell them for $1. And then I was like, well, let me kind of experiment. And this is just a highlighter marker on the same paper.
Okay. Yep.
Just to get, some interesting colors. Whatever, that was too dark. I learned my lesson there. And then this marker, this yellow marker had, it had like a little black smudge on it and I didn't notice.
Yeah.
I was like, okay. So that's a thing you can do. And then, but wait, there's more. Why not go all the way, right? Why not? That's some other stuff I'm working on. I should kind of hide this for a second and say, Victoria London Bug, there may be some of your artwork on here. Would you like to see it?
What?
And then I'll show you. So there's like, you can't see it, but yellow markers, once they go black, they never. Ouch! Damn, accurate.
Yes.
So this is my Procreate, and unfortunately, this is okay. So I want to show the thing. So Victoria London Fog sent me this thing for the Smut Goblin, and I turned it into like a little vector based on her sketch. So cute. And then I've been coloring it, trying to get like, kind of a nice hand colored looking thing. So like I was going to do the same thing with your Krampus designs. So when Onça, you did your tarot deck originally.
Yes.
You did wood blocks prints, right?
They were actually linoleum, which is slightly different. So linoleum, for anybody who doesn't know the difference, like the thing about working in a wood block, which is the more ancient form, is that, of course, you have to work with the wood grain or fight the wood grain of the material. In addition to the art that you're making, you have to work with the material. Linoleum blocks are basically, I say it's the particle board of blocks, because they basically take all that wood pulpy stuff puree it and then bake it into a shape. Therefore, you don't have to deal with the grain, but you have like basically the durability of wood without having to work around that. So it took me 80 linoleum blocks, 8x10 linoleum blocks to do the first run.
And then if I remember, because I had just met you when you were working on this, and I remember being at your house, and you had one of the prints, and you were coloring it with markers, right?
Yes.
They were
Prismacolor markers, basically watercolor.
It was so amazing to watch. So this is the same concept. And so the white part is what the cut block, the linoleum block, right? And then I'm going in with a paintbrush, which is my virtual paintbrush, but it is basically a paintbrush. And and I'm doing the coloring, right? So you got this thing here, and I have like this unlimited palette of colors, and I want like an orange here and a nice little textury brush, and then the size here. So it's like I can do this just to kind of make a cool variant again on your same artwork.
Right.
I'm building on top of it as another layer.
Definitely. And you've always been so, like, I admire your level of comfort. Like, you can communicate through a tablet, like a drawing tablet, like I can through linoleum. Like I have worked long and hard trying to get comfortable drawing on one of those. And I'm artistically inclined. I can create a picture, but you're like absolute versatility with it. You can just zoom in and out. It's like an extension of your creativity. Impresses me because I do not have that experience in that material.
It's just like anything is a practice and your ability to work with, linoleum cut blocks. I'm seized. So this program is Procreate. And this is an iPad Pro, like ridiculously expensive, but again, it's like part of my trade, so I have to keep that in mind of buying. And I also bought it when I had a job, so
right. Well,
and that's the thing I did when I was I had a job. So then I could take this artwork that I just did, print it out, and make buttons out of it. So it's the same thing. Like I am again another variant on this same artwork applied in a new form.
I love how you use the cool colors on the Muddy Lloyd, thinking of it as being in a cold, wet Welsh place, and then Krampus gets to bring the heat of his chosen environment with him.
Right. I could even go full color with this and make the trees green and him having brown legs and the kid in a human tone. I can, any of these things are an option. This is just quick and dirty colors that I threw down.
Sure.
I do want to show another, can I share the magnets?
Oh yeah.
So this is another collaboration project I did with Onça, and it is we've been working on this for a while and kind of the back burnered it a little bit when
we did a lot of time on it during COVID, and then
at the beginning of COVID, and then worked on the Yuletide Monsters, kind of trumped all of this. Bumped it.
We don't use that word anymore.
I know. As soon as it came out of my mouth, I was like,
even tarot readers are like, nope, I'm very uncomfortable. Hello, Evelyn.
Hello. So this is cool. So this is a paper doll concept. Onça drew the line work here of a female presenting figure and a male presenting figure. And I cut these out, or I printed them and cut it out using my vector machine, my Cricut, on magnets. And then she did all this artwork based on her tarot deck, right? So this one is the Empress, and it's actually one of my favorite ones.
Can I add something to that, Mab?
Yeah, please.
It's more accurate to say it is, because I didn't want to just recapitulate the art that I had already done. It's more accurate to say, rather than being based on my tarot, it's based on 30 years of tarot immersion. So like in my tarot deck, in my block print one, the Empress is naked because she does not need anything but to be clothed in her own voluptuous glory. But in this case, it essentially being a magnetic paper doll, obviously I wanted to give her like maximum Earth Mother voluptuous expression in garb. So here we see her super juicy, verdant garb.
I love this one. This one's my favorite because the yoni looks like a rose. And
thank you.
Just everything. And then the best part I like about this is this top, this clothing, whatever, the doll top clothes, whatever, actually goes on top of the male presenting doll.
Yes, that was very important.
That.
Thank you.
So this was another collaboration where Onça sent me the line art. I created, vector out of it, and we kind of collaborated back and forth on the colors, and I did like the painting of it digitally. Right, exactly. O'Keeffe vibes. This is the harassment. I love this one. It's just was so much fun to do. And I wanted, to keep the color palette, and I also still wanted some amazing color watercolory feels. And I also wanted to keep, because I never forgot the Prismacolor markering that you did.
Right.
I sat and watched you do that for a while, and that has stuck with me as I did the coloring on this.
I can see that, because a big part of the technique that I worked with in order to create these sort of, when you're working with block prints, one of the challenges is it's generally very clear. It is binary in the sense that the lines are, it's either black or it's white until you introduce color. And in order to create a sense of three-dimensionality that lends it a little bit more life, I strove to do what you did here, where you can see the colors bleeding into each other and to create that watercolor feeling. That was a real strong choice to try to make it feel alive.
Right.
Good job, Mab.
Thanks. And again, it was just a fantastic project. So like these lines here, this little shadow line, and that one, that was a direct inspiration from watching you work with the Prismacolor markers.
Well done.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So you can see here, this is a cool way I did this. I say out loud as though. So you're going to love this. This is, let me see here. I'll add a new layer so you can kind of see. So this is the line work, right? And I scanned it in, and then I made a white background. And I cut out only, you see, oh, here, sorry, couldn't see here. I cut out. So, all right, look, see how this is? Normally you'd have to kind of go in gently, cut in very carefully, but watch this.
Whoa.
Because this part here is transparent. There's no background. And this part, so if you were to look at this background, and
it's like a big pink spot.
It's just a big, come on. Yeah.
That's what I really struggle with learning to function on a tablet, is thinking in terms of those layers.
Yeah.
You make it work to make it so clean. Love it.
I can't feel that type of layer. So there we go. This whole background, everything that you see is green. You can see up here. Now, if I was to go in on this masking layer with an eraser, maybe it'll erase. No, it won't. Oh, I can undo everything. But so I converted it and now I can erase it. But that's going to, if I got messy, it'll erase the lines. You see how I just did that?
Yeah. I have not yet got the hang of that. But, I sort of go through all the work that I do is very seasonal. And sometimes it's literally tied to the seasons, the natural seasons and the performative seasons. And sometimes it's just when and where I am. When I'm like on the road, I tend to do a lot more like working with the ukulele because it's the thing I can carry with me as compared to, something where I like block prints where Lord knows I have lugged a lot of heavy block prints around in my time, but it is not the most mobile ready art form, right?
Right.
It will come back into my life. Ooh, so let's see what we got going on. Evelyn's getting some leather to cut some patterns, and Kara, hey Kara, says I was doing eco printing earlier. What is eco printing? Inquiring minds would like to know, please.
Eco printing, is that when you take a leaf and you press it down really hard and the juice from the leaf affects the paper that it's on?
It's possible. I was going to say that in my early years of block printing, as a kid, you grow up doing potato prints, is the most rudimentary, most affordable form. And then very common where I was is that you would also print with fish. And you'd actually get a fish, an entire fish, and roll ink over the surface, usually a flounder or a pollock because they were around. And a flounder being very flat fish, of course, is almost by definition, you roll ink over the whole thing and lay paper over it and get a very charming, very folksy imprint of the fish, and then you wash it off and descale it and cook it. The print, not the fish.
And then you eat it. Art and food.
Yes, exactly. Remember, fish are friends and food. So I think of eco printing like working with natural materials such as potatoes and fish, but maybe it's a different thing.
Oh my goodness, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting to hear what an eco print is, though.
Yes. Inquiring minds want to know.
And then the other thing I have here on my tablet. Does this look familiar, Madame Onça?
Hey, it's St. Nicholas.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So this is another thing. You, instead of lugging a million block prints around, you lugged a bunch of flat scratch boards around.
Correct. Scratch
board. So we scanned them in, and I went in with my little tool and cleaned up as best I could, and still maintained this scratchy texture that we all love. Because I couldn't convert this into a vector.
Oh, because it's too scritchy.
It's too scritchy. And it was going to be the most challenging thing. Did you just see the dead cow is a very eco-friendly?
Yes.
I like it. So these are just some of the things. I wanted to kind of show off a little bit of Onça's amazing skills, and I know I'm showing off your stuff on your behalf, but like this is what I have, and
I've learned actually a bunch about your process because while we were collaborating, I wasn't like hanging over your shoulder because we are while we try to see each other, we are also remote. So I'm learning, Mab. Ken has learning.
Oh, look at that. So this is how I did it. Okay. Look at this.
There's Cthulhu.
Look.
Whoa.
You see what this is? This is a layer that I made to hide. Let me see if I can zoom in.
Some of the scritches.
Yeah, some of like these are burpy little, well, you can't see it on the camera here. These are like little burpy things.
Okay.
Little burpy things. And then I just put black ink on there, black marker, and you see, if you watch carefully, can you see the little blurpy bits disappear?
Yeah. It's like carbonation.
Well, this, if you look at it and you're like, okay, look at this, like, for printing purposes, it's you can see like this was a bad line right here. This was a line that was like a pencil sketch line.
Yeah.
But
and
then,
sometimes, like, the thing about block prints, of course, and scratchboard also is that there are zero forgiveness, because once you've cut it, you've cut it. And so sometimes in a scratchboard, I will actually go in and try to color that line back in, which means that the original piece of art, you can see it clearly, but in a reproduction, sometimes you can kind of minimize those irregularities.
See here, look at this one. That one's.
Yeah. Merry Cthulhu. Yeah, so that picture, if anybody hasn't seen that picture before, that is Cthulhu in a peignoir enjoying a cup of cocoa, because I was trying to make Cthulhu for the Advent calendar, and I kept trying to draw all of the classic Lovecraftian, like, scary, and I don't really do scary. Even my monsters and things tend to be more cute. So I was like, how about if Cthulhu is just enjoying some sexy time? And that was how I was able to punch through the, apparently I don't know how to draw Cthulhu. See, there's a little town of, what is the town that
Innsmouth?
Miskatonic. That's where that's Miskatonic University is back there.
But she's so much bigger.
Yes.
Is it in the distance, or is she really that huge?
Two things can be true. Yeah, that's right. Thanks.
Oh yeah, look, there's a little sign there.
So I have to admit, you guys, I'm jealous of everybody who's in the Discord, because I have not gotten a Discord live together. And I know there's cool stuff that happens there that I haven't gotten to be privy to yet. So eventually I'll get around to it. I just see people mentioning the Discord in the chatty chat. So it's not like I don't think I'm too cool or anything. I'm the reverse. In the deep, the dread Cthulhu lies in the bathtub. So yes. So could you maybe write me that like little autoerotic sketch of Cthulhu lying around? That's the smut that we deserve.
There's a lot of beautiful smut coming out of our lovely Victoria London fog.
It's so great. And I have to say, like, I have many artistic talents, as does Mab. It's like, there's lots of things I can do. And people say, what don't you know how to do? Here's what I don't know how to do. I cannot write smut. Not a bit. There's not one jot of that capacity in me. I cannot make a decent cup of coffee, and I cannot write smut to save my life. So I'm grateful that there are people who can carry the torch on both of those things.
Oh my gosh. And it's like, if I ever were to try my hand, because I actually have a couple of friends who are smut peddlers. This is the smut goblin that Victoria sent me the sketch of.
Yes, I love it.
I love it. Just I love it. I wanna.
It's the little consternation lines that sort of like whatever that is right about.
It's the big eyes of like tiny.
I was writing it for my friends at Nat 21.
and the fact that there's no mouth. No mouth. This is another like instance where I got the sketch. So Victoria London Fog sent me the sketch, and I was like, yeah, I'll make some art out of this. So these
we
are
have a
all
lot of amazing creativity in our community.
I know. It's one of my favorite things. So, Onça, what are some things that you would like to see done with your artwork?
Oh. Wait, I have to not lose the little tiny head that I just carved. Hold on, I have to show you this tiny head. Can you see this little tiny cameo silhouette? So, but she's so small, I lost her on the black table, and I was like, oh God. But she's so little that the only way for me to give her an eye was to like stick the X-Acto blade in and just roll it around. There we go. All right. That'll probably work. I'm trying to graft a head onto the lady because I was trying to carve this head the other night and this one didn't work out. So I'm trying a different tactic. I'm going to see if I can perform brain surgery on my shadow box. You do fan art for the Grand Saint games?
I love it.
What? Oh, that's so cool.
All right. So back to that question.
All right, back to this question. Some things in the big picture, I would like to figure out some totes. And the thing is, like, I would like to make some totes, for example, of some of this recent batch of art, like what the ornaments are made out of, of all of there's 10 designs, and I picked those 2 to go on the mug because I figured they were sort of the most identifiably Yuletide for people who like this sort of thing. I get a little bit stymied by the like, well, what size do you want? What materials do you want? Like, I don't.
Same.
But I'm like,
I do too.
I like cotton because I like to own cotton things. I don't like to own that weird papery, plasticky stuff because I'm not interested in changing my lifestyle to take care of it. So I know I want cotton. I know I want them to be big enough to be worth owning because, we all are constantly going, oh, right, I left my bags at home, so big enough to carry groceries or whatever. And the question is, can they be in cool Yuletide colors like black or red or green, or do they need to be white and just printed in them? Because, that's okay too. I just don't know.
They can be in any color and they can be any material and any size.
See, that's a lot of creative freedom. Part of the reason I have done so well with the kind of art I do is because it comes with its own parameters. You know, in a world where I could do anything, I tend to get a little bit I do well in an Iron Chef situation. I can make something worth eating out of whatever this is. But if you ask me to make the best thing I could with unlimited ingredients, I'm still going to hit the ceiling on what I could do pretty quick because my whole life has been defined by accomplishing a great deal with very little.
Like, what is it? The Devil's Advocate, the movie with Keanu Reeves and the guy was the devil and the lawyer. One of the meanest things that the devil did to Keanu's wife was to give her a blank apartment and tell her to decorate it. Money's no object. And I was like, that is evil.
That's amazing.
They're like, we went ahead and took the liberty of painting all the walls white so that you could do your own color scheme of whatever you wanted. And I was like, oh, that poor woman. Damn. Yeah. And I think about that often.
That's crazy.
Now I want to show you a thing.
Yes. Show me.
Where did it go?
No, so
I lost the thing. Boop. Uh-oh.
I see.
It was right there, and I lost it. Oh, well. I was going to show you a thing part 2, but it's gone a walkabout. So here's thing 1. This is a silk screen frame that I did. You can see here.
Oh, Fortune's Rhythm. Aw.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
You can kind of see the This is not the best one. I'm going to show you the better one as I stick my head in the camera.
Hold that thought. The cat is crying. You look for it, and I'll go look for Moo Moo. I'll be right back. What's going on, Moo Moo?
Oh, yeah, this is a better one. So, like newsprint. I'll set it there and then. Yeah. Let me look at the back of this. Once you make a silk screen frame.
I'm coming back.
Welcome back. You hold on to it forever.
Little black cat. She's all mad about it. All right, I'm back.
So check this out. I don't know if you can kind of see it. It's got dots.
That's what you mean about being able to like accomplish grayscale, right?
Yep. And I had a sample print, but I can't find it anywhere. Oh, there it is. I hung it up. So hold on a second. And I can kind of show you what this grayscale thing does. I'm like walking around looking for it everywhere. And it's literally. So look at the dots.
Whoa.
Let me go. There you go.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah. So it makes it look like three-dimensional.
Yeah.
And this is it's a banner that I made.
That's cool.
It's not huge. It's kind of small.
Right.
But you've got this three-dimensionality with the bubbles. We turned a Doom back into a beer mug.
Oh yeah. No, it's great. That's really good, Mab.
Thanks.
Yeah, I'm amazed that you can also silkscreen, because of course when I was a kid, when I learned to silkscreen, it was that red triple layer, I have no idea what it was now, like some red layer jelly film stuff on top of a clear one, and you had to be really careful to only cut and peel off the one part, and the whole thing was done with an X-Acto knife like this. Somewhere along the way, the process changed, and I did not keep up.
Right. This was the frame was built run through my laser cutter.
Oh, really?
What it does is it takes this film that's on this screen, right? So this frame, this is why these are more expensive, is because these are for the laser. So this is a metal mesh, and it clips into this frame really brilliantly, actually, and it makes it taut, and these little levers make it tight, and then you have these notches here that says that's exactly where it goes every time.
Yeah.
In the laser. Boop. And you put it in the laser, and then it burns off this film that's on this screen.
Is the film green, or is that a trick of like the ink that was
on it? It's
actually
like a blue, like a light blue.
Okay.
And then I have a part 2 to this is the screen printing frame. The same notches here on the top clip into the frame, and the frame lowers it and raises it. So I don't have to make sure it doesn't squish or, because when I was doing silk screen with the wooden frame, it was a fucking nightmare.
Okay, what's wild is that the camera that's on you and the Maker Cam move at different rates. It's totally fine, but it's it makes it look
I was like, let me get rid of that.
Well, it's cool. It makes it look like deliberate high production value instead of just I don't know why technology does what it does.
Well, the laser engraver that the lasers, it's like a little pinpoint of heat. That's how it works. And it's burning a thing away in a very tiny little spot. But it moves very quickly, and depending on the material and how high you have the volume, or how high you have the power of the laser, it can either cut or etch or engrave. Hey, Sir David Percival, thanks for joining. I know you guys have your meeting on Thursday night.
Hi. Mab and I are combining a stroll down memory lane with talking about various materials and the projects that we do.
And the collaborations. That's been my favorite thing. So just like you with the materials of, you need a finite limitation on materials. And for me to be like, I don't know, I can draw anything. I don't know what to draw. What am I going to draw? Oh my God. I need, I don't know. Somebody tell me what to do. And I will do.
Some prompts. Yeah.
I need my prompts. And even then I'm not a fan of my own artwork. And I like collaborations better because that takes a lot of the pressure. I can use my powers, my skill set, to make other people bloom more.
Well, you're a natural communitarian as part of that too. Like you've always been very helpy by nature.
I am a helper. I am a helper.
Some might even say enabler.
They do say that because I'm proud of my enabler abilities. So yes, it is a machine-controlled burn. But it's a super tiny pinpoint. And I think it's like a 0.05, depending on the kind of laser and where your focus is. And that's part of it too, is it has to be your burn. You guys are cracking me up. You're burn.
Oh, Victoria London Fog, that's awesome.
Thank you. And that's what it's like. I'm here for you guys. You reach out and you're like, give me something to do. And that's why I love commissions, is you give me those parameters and you're like, I want it to be blah, blah, blah. And, you know, like, I'm trying to do a piece of art myself. You may or may not have seen a picture of it already, sneak peek. That is my fins with benefits design that I thought was very fun and clever. And I just can't seem to get it to where I like it. And I keep looking at what I've got and I go, no, it fucking sucks. No, I hate it. Thanks. I hate it. No, thank you. Screw it. It's the worst. What am I even doing? Who am I? I'm a hack.
Right. Just open the door for all of the imposter syndrome to flow in.
Oh, yeah. Straight up imposter syndrome. Trying to get it in there. Okay. There we go. If I could get the boop and there. So this is my fins with benefits artwork.
I love that.
And I think it was from something that we said during the mermaid adventure. And I was like, okay, I absolutely love this. But I'm not happy with, you know, any of the, maybe it's just me, but like I can sketch it. Well, thanks. Like the sketch is kind of there. But I don't know. It looks stupid to me.
I think that you could consider fiddling around with the colors, not because those colors aren't luscious, but because combine the two of them together make it look like you're trying to sell mermaid themed soda.
Mermaid themed.
Maybe you are. Yes, maybe you are selling mermaid themed soda. This soda definitely had naked mermaids swim around in it, and that's why you want it. But like, there's such juicy, fruity colors.
Well, this was also the base layer. This is nowhere near complete. This was me doing something. And that's the technique that I'm doing here, is like I'm doing something so that I'm not doing nothing. And, you know, and then you can see I've got like a million layers of sketches.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh, okay, well, maybe if I just throw color on there, then I won't feel so crappy about it. Or I don't know. I still.
Can I show the people the little shadow box thing I'm working on?
I would absolutely love for you to show people the shadow box thing you were working on.
Okay. So as some of you know, I do a lot of cut paper things. I'm surrounded by examples of cut paper things. And particularly snowflakes and Yuletide monstery things, right? Sorry, I'm trying to pull off my board here, right? So cutting things out of paper. These are devotees of Perchta, the German goddess. These are taken from an old black and white photograph from Salzburg, Austria, from 1918 or something. So I do a lot of that, and that extrapolates to making artwork such as Mab and I have been collaborating on, and snowflakes and things. What I'm trying to teach myself to do, it just occurred to me all in a blaze a couple weeks ago, is to make shadow boxes, which is to say take a very elaborately cut design like that.
I love it.
Right. And then I got these cool little boxes. And what's neat about these little boxes is that they are pre-magnetic. So like they have little lids. I thought I was going to have to get frames and build boxes, but it turns out the world is ahead of me, and these actually exist as a product. So they currently have LED lights in the bottom, but they're literally just sitting in the bottom. Like they're not attached in any way. But you can see, let me turn these guys off. So here's the scene of our, here's the Schnabel Perchtin chasing somebody with their scissors. Sorry, I'm trying to get it toward but I wanted to see if I could add color. So this is cut slivers of gelatin that I cut to fit inside the paper cut. And then it's currently internally lit with these LEDs, which humorously, of course, you know, this is not what I need from them, but they can do all kinds of things because, of course, LEDs come with all kinds of color settings and strobe functions and so forth. But what I need to, there's all these things I have to troubleshoot. Like one of the challenges in real life is that this box is maybe 2 inches deep. These LED lights that I happen to have around are about 1 inch deep, which puts them way too close to the art. You can see the light, like a pinhole of light, and then the rest of it is a little bit dimly lit, whereas ideally it would be more evenly spread out. Mm-hmm. Like, you know, if it were on a thing like this, you know, where I'm going to blind you, but if it were, you know, on here, boop, you would be able to see it as a more diffuse image. So either the boxes have to be made deeper so that these lights can back off and give it a chance to diffuse, or I need different lights, which are much flatter. I did buy a couple rolls of those. Here's the thing. Probably everybody but me knew these existed, but I live in a world of paper. So these are LED lights by the yard.
Yep. I was just going to suggest that.
Yeah. And so I've put those in there, but I have not determined if these lights themselves are inadequately bright or if these batteries are inadequately strong.
Yep. We all went to the same place, a flat LED strip around the frame.
Yeah, exactly. So this wants to be that, and these are cuttable. Of course, you know, comes in like 60-foot lengths, and I was like, I need 18 inches to fit around the interior of this, but they're not bright enough. So again, I need to figure out if it's the LEDs themselves or if they just need different batteries. And like, you know, in a world of art supplies, here's what I don't have at my house: new batteries or appropriate glue. So this is the journey that I've been on in between ornament packing and, you know, trying to learn to do something new. Like, is it even reasonable to try to cut this, you know, this clear acrylic material with an X-Acto blade, or am I just going to drive myself insane and dull all my blades? I'm finding out.
That Plexi, that colored acrylic, where did you get that? What are you using?
It's gels for
lighting gels, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I had a similar idea of making something, and I never followed through with it because nobody asked me to do it.
Okay.
And I went to the dollar store and I picked up clear acetate folders. Like, hold on a second. I might still have them handy. And, yep, they're right freaking here. And I cut them up. And they are insanely freaking cheap. Look at this. These are like folder things.
Yeah. That totally makes sense.
Blue. It's so much cheaper than lighting gel. I mean, you probably have lighting gel because you had it.
Because I have lights. My base was full of lights. But yes, I did actually go ahead and buy those because of the scale. Like, because, you know, what I would love to do is figure this out and then be able to scale up and actually work on learning to make shadow puppets.
So,
in which case I need the structural integrity of the gels to be pretty firm. But
right.
Oh, there you go.
Again,
oh God, I lost
you
my
know,
head again.
plastic folders come in many colors.
Sure.
Kind of hard to see on film, but
that's beans. Yes, it is. So
I think this whole bag was $1.
That's awesome.
And you
I
can
have enough that
combine,
I can put on a full stage production if I can find the time to actually make it. I learned so much. So a quick word about Beans, who's got his claws dug into my shoulder right now. So Beans, being an orange cat, takes his turn to have the one brain cell that all orange cats share. He uses his to assume that everyone wants to carry him around, and he will greet every visitor in the driveway. He'll walk up to them and fall over, assuming they will then carry him into the house. So he clearly came in out of the drizzle and was like, excuse me. Tittles Von Crowbar is also here, but he's not a big lap sitter, so he's just kind of waiting for Beans to come down where they can cuddle. And the all black cat was outside in the rain meowing, very indignant because now that she's not a feral cat anymore, she is a cat who would like to be, she likes to make the kids go lie down and pat her. She will come up to them and be like, boy, come with me. It's cuddle time. And so when she's outside, she makes you follow her to the rosemary bush where she likes to lie underneath and look like some sort of adorable little, you know, Madonna amongst the rosemary, or go upstairs to the kids' rooms. Look at this cat. This is what you get with an orange cat.
That's the cat that Paul likes to juggle.
Yes, very little structural integrity comes with an orange cat. But that's good. Like right now, he's literally got his elbow sitting on his face so that I can continue to do my.
Magnus would absolutely carry Beans around.
Oh yes, he would. Oh no! See, I lost my lady's tiny head now because.
Thanks, Cat.
Right. So I got the kid's head. Where's the lady's head? Damn it!
She's gone. She gone.
Oh my God! It will honestly be faster for me to carve another one, but I can't do it with the damn cat in my lap.
I know. Oh my goodness. So
yes,
Magnus mentioned this thing, and I know it's just another thing to think about and another thing to worry about. When you buy the LED flat strips, it should be 4 watts per foot.
Okay.
The product labels should indicate the total watts per foot.
I'll drop them on the floor.
That's how you know how bright it is, because they come in different brightnesses too.
That makes sense.
So that's just enough thing to think about.
All right, Beans. What's the packaging say?
We are coming up on time.
Well, I'm happy to hear about everybody's projects and to share what we're up to. Does it say? These ones did come recommended, but I don't know what that means. All right, you done, Beans? All right, do I get both my arms back? He is a delicate flower.
You went too far. You crossed the line.
I'm not supposed to do all this moving around and try to be productive. The whole point is to just lay here. I honestly wonder if he managed to kick her head into the trash can, because that would be kind of on brand.
Sally saying her trolling wheel has been busy. She has a Kumihimo, aka trolling wheel.
Oh, great!
If you're a Viking, it's a trolling wheel. It's the same thing.
So, like, lots of different cultures have that technology.
Yeah, it's not really complicated technology. And Victoria Lennon Fogg is trying to understand if you would like some erotic fiction of Cthulhu having some alone time.
Yes, that's what I was thinking. That would be, because the idea of like Cthulhu finally alone in the bathtub, I just think that somehow seems hilarious to me.
What would they use for self-stimulation, I wonder?
I know you're already covered in tentacles. I mean, what are you going to do? I don't know if it's possible. That's what Lady Cthulhu said too. I don't know if it's possible, but I can try.
And you said you couldn't write smut.
I can think it. I just can't.
Right?
Elaborate.
See, that's what I'm saying. I can think it, and then I get all like tittery.
Yeah. No, I'm not my. That is not my superpower. That's why I'm so impressed when other people can do that. Like,
oh my goodness!
I'm genuinely gonna have to
do you have any final words or wisdom for designing and making things?
Yes. Let's peel it right back to one of the questions is, why are you making things? Are you making things because it is part of your creative winding up or winding down process, or are you intending to monetize things? Sometimes they're the same thing, and you made something that you like that people also want. But often the things that we love are not what people want. And if you are investing time and energy into them on the hope and assumption that you will somehow be able to monetize it and turn it into ornaments or calendars or smutty books or fashion or whatever, it's really wise in a world of infinite possibility and infinite materials and finite budget to ask yourself what you're in it for. Like the things that I would make if I was decorating my own home, those, like everything that I make, I hang up around my house. If I was trying to do my kids' nursery or something, if they were little, these are probably not those items. They're going to grow up with all that stuff, but it definitely doesn't, like, that's not the decor job they're there to do. They are there to charmingly creep up your holidays with some ancient tradition, right? That's the job they're there to do. And it amuses me, and hopefully it amuses people who want to buy it. But if I was making art for another job, like, for my 82-year-old mother-in-law or something, it's not going to be this, because that's not what she wants, right? So think about what you're making and who you're making it for, and that will help you to decide, whether it's worth seizing every brass ring and putting it on a shower curtain and, getting special silicone molds made to do the thing, or if it's just a thing you need to do for yourself, because if you are relentlessly creative, it's the only way to stay sane is to just go ahead and make the art.
I will say, I thought crankies were going to be wildly popular. I was mistaken. I'm the only one that thinks these things are as cool. I mean, everyone I show them to is like, oh, these are cool. And I've sold like maybe a handful, but the end.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Like they are super cool, but that is, and somebody enjoying it is not the same as them wanting to necessarily buy it.
Correct.
And that is the continuous challenge of any person who's trying to monetize their art or craft. You'd be surprised, right? So I would just say, creatively ask yourself, are you making gifts for friends or family? Are you making things to ornament your own world, or are you trying to market them to other people because it might be worth doing some market research into what people are actually willing to spend money on before you invest a lot of time and money that you could have spent on meeting other needs. So running 2 3D printers 15 hours for fun and gifts is a good idea. Yeah.
Yes.
And that is a day. Oh, personalized cranky. The only thing slugs are good.
I can actually hook you up with that. Let's connect on Discord, and we'll chat. We will chat.
Oh my gosh,
you tell me how big you want it. You tell me what I can make this happen. I've got sizes. I'm into crankies. All right. So on that note, we're gonna say keep on making. Make that thing. Make that art.
Make that dang thing. And I'm grateful, Mab, that you had me on here. As many of you know, Paulo is in Louisiana. So that means I'm here in Awesome Town with just a lot of needy kids and cats and chickens. So it's nice to be able to bow out for a little bit and spend some time with my other aspects of my community. Oh, hey, John Carroll. I didn't even get to see you there yet. Hi.
Oh, hi.
Hi, buddy. Yeah. So I think that's it for me. I'm going to go back to troubleshooting shadow boxes and trying to find my little lady's missing severed head.
Oh, just modern problems.
Right.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I will see you next month. And you already know the schedule. We've got shows all week. Yada, yada, yada.
Tuesdays have been kind of disrupted because it is the season of disruption. But,
yeah, it is.
There'll be something on Tuesdays soon.
Yeah.
Once Paulo's settled.
So in the meantime, keep on making, and I will see you soon. Click.
Bye.